Hello dear students, I hope you all are absolutely fit and fine. Today we are going to recite a gusty and fun poem, The Wind and the Moon, which is written by George MacDonald. So be ready with your English literature book and let's begin today's class. Dear students, before reading the poem, first of all, let's know about the author. So this poem is written by George MacDonald, who was a Scottish clergyman, means he was a Scottish priest, who wrote stories and poems. He wrote for adults and children. His novels included fairy tales such as The Princess and the Goblin and The Back of the North Wind. George MacDonald was also a friend of Lewis Carroll, who was the author of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and he is also said to be an influence on him. So, this is all about the author. Now let's see about this poem. In this poem, you will read about the wind who tries to prove that he is stronger than the moon and believes that he has the power to blow her out of the sky. The moon, however, is not even aware of the wind's presence. So this poem contrasts the arrogant behavior of wind against the calmness of the moon. Now it's time to recite the poem. Dear students, this poem consists of 11 verses. We will complete this poem in 3 videos, as this is the first video where we are going to recite the first 4 stanzas or verses of this poem. As the poem begins by the saying of the wind, "Set the wind to the moon, I will blow you out. You stare in the air like a ghost in a chair, always looking what I am about. I hate to be watched. I will blow you out." In this stanza, the wind is talking to the moon, as the wind is very angry with the moon, and he threatened the moon by saying that I will blow you out. You stare in the air means as the moon always look very carefully to the moon. So stare means to look somebody very carefully, attentively. So the wind said to the moon that I will blow you out. Why I will blow you out? Why the wind said like that? Because the moon always stare at him like a ghost in a chair, means as like an eyes of the ghost looks. In the same way, the moon also stares at the wind all the time, and the wind hates it. He doesn't like the staring of the moon. So that's why he says, always looking what I am about. Yes, he said to the moon that you always look at me, what I am doing, where I am going, how I am doing. So always looking what I am about. I hate to be watched. Who hate to be watched? The wind said to the moon that I hate to be watched. Everybody hates to be watched every time. Nobody wants to be under any vigilance every time. So that's why he said, I hate to be watched. I will blow you out. This line clearly shows that the wind was very angry with the moon. Why he was very angry with the moon? Because the moon always stares at the wind like a ghost. Isn't it? So that's why he threatened the moon that I will blow you out of the sky. The wind blew hard and out went the moon so deep on a heap of clouds to sleep. Down lay the wind and slumbered soon, muttering low, I have done for that moon. What does this line mean? The wind blew hard as it threatened the moon, so the wind started blowing very hard to the moon. And out went the moon. As the wind blew, the clouds covered the moon, which hides the moon from the sky. So whenever the wind blew, it covers the moon with the clouds. So deep on a heap of clouds to sleep. Now the wind is ready to go to his bed. And where is his bed? His bed is on the gathering of the clouds. Heap of clouds means gathering of the clouds. So he is now falling asleep and he says that down lay the wind and slumbered soon. Means soon he was in a very sound sleep, in a very peaceful sleep. Muttering low means he speaks in a very low sound, in a murmuring sound. I have done for that moon. Means he has already settled the matter to that moon. He had blown the clouds over the moon so that it will be hidden. And now wind can easily get back to his bed for a very sound and peaceful sleep. Then he says, he turned in his bed, she was there again, on high in the sky, with her one ghost eye. The moon shone white and alive and plain. Said the wind, I will blow you out again. Yes, here the poet says that he mentions that the wind is now turned toward his bed. Means now he is ready to fall asleep. But at the same time, the moon again came back in the sky. On high means it is on a very height in the sky. Where does we found the moon? We found moon in the sky with her one ghost eye. As the moon stares every time to the wind, so he says that the moon looks like that he is staring from his one ghost eyes. The moon shone. Shone is the past form of shine. White. What is the color of the moon? The moon's color is white. Alive and plain means it's very simple silver white. Said the wind, I will blow you out again. It means that now the wind became angry. And he said to the moon in a very anger tone that I will blow you out again. Why he used the word again? Because we have already read in the first stanza that he had already tried to blow out that moon from the sky. And then after he went to his bed for sleep. So that's why he says that I will blow you out again. Because as he went on his bed for his sound sleep, he saw that the moon came back again in the sky. And it is shining, it is alive, it is simple, plain. And that's why the wind became angry and he said that I will blow you out again. The wind blew hard and the moon grew dim. With my sledge and with my wedge, I have knocked off her edge, if only I blow right. Now, what does this last stanza mean? This stanza means that the wind said to the moon that it will blow hard the moon. And when it blew hard, the moon grew dim because the clouds will cover the moon, which make the moon shine less and it will grow dim. Then again the wind is comparing himself to tools. He is describing that how he broke apart the moon piece by piece. He says, with my sledge and my wedge, I have knocked off her edge. Here this line clearly shows that he is comparing himself with the tool. He says that with my sledge means it's a hammer used by generally blacksmith. So with my sledge and my wedge means it's a kind of also a rectangular tool which is made up of metal, or you can find it in wood or rubber, and it is used to break something. So he compared himself with the tools like hammers or some pointed object, and he threatened the moon by saying that I have knocked off her edge, means he is now able to make the moon grew dimmer. He make the moon less intense. If only I blow right, means if he will blow in a right way with the right amount of power, then it can easily able to dim the light of the moon. And these all lines described by the speaker about the moon clearly shows that he is very loud and he also wanted to control the moon. So till now we saw that the moon is very calm. She hasn't given any reply to the moon. She is simply coming in the sky and showing her brightness to everyone, but the wind feels jealous. He is being disturbed by the moon. He is annoyed by the moon because the moon stares at the moon like the ghost eyes. Here the wind shows his frustration, his anger, his irritation toward the moon. So that's all in today's session, students. Now before ending, we will have some activity to check how much you have understood till the fourth stanza. So let's do some activity. Here is the first question for you. Why does the wind wanted to blow out the moon? The wind wants to blow out the moon because it hates to be watched and also dislikes the moon's stare. That's why he wanted to blow out the moon from the sky. In In verse 1, how is the wind feeling? So in verse 1, the wind is feeling annoyed. He was frustrated. He was disturbed by the continuous look of the moon. Now students, we have discussed 2 questions, and now it's your duty to revise this poem once again with more attention and learn the introduction of the author and the keywords of this poem. We will meet in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.